हेलो स्टूडेंट्स, आज एनसीईआरटी 12th क्लास फ्लेमिंगो बुक से चैप्टर फर्स्ट द लास्ट लेसन के बारे में हम लोग स्टडी करेंगे और जानेंगे उसके प्रत्येक घटनाक्रम के बारे में। स्टूडेंट्स, यू नो that this chapter is written by Alphonse Daudet, who is a prominent French novelist and story writer. And this story is set in the days of Franco-Prussian War in 1870 to 1871. This war was led by Bismarck, and during this war, two French districts, Alsace and Lorraine, passed into the hands of Prussia. Prussia then consisted Poland, Germany, and some part of Austria. Now come to the main theme of the story. In this story, there are two protagonists. बच्चों, प्रोटागोनिस्ट का मतलब होता है मेन कैरेक्टर्स ऑफ द स्टोरी। इसमें दो मेन कैरेक्टर्स हैं, फ्रेंच जो कि स्टूडेंट है और टीचर एम हैमल। एक फ्रेंच स्टोरी है जो बेस्ड किस पर है? फ्रैंको प्रूसियन वार पर। M. Hamel gave a lesson on participles to prepare the students, and his student Franz did not know even the ABC of participles. Teacher was very strict. He gave the work to prepare on participles. So Franz, his student, knew that he will be scolded if he would go to school. For a moment, the idea struck to his mind to go outside of the school to pass time. He thought of going to slide into the Saar River, to seek the birds' eggs in the woods. He also wanted to see the Prussian soldiers drilling just behind the sawmill. But he registered all these ideas and went to school. When he was going to school, he saw gathering of the people near the town hall in front of the bulletin board. For a moment he thought, why these people are gathered here? But he was late for the school, so he did not stay there. But even then, blacksmith and his apprentice means new trainee, they were among the crowd. They called after him, "Little Bob, why are you going so fast? You will get to your school. You have a plenty of time." Franz thought, perhaps he is already late for the school and he is making me fun. So he did not stay there. He reached the school. When he reached the school, he saw a quite different atmosphere. Usually when school began, there were many sounds could be heard out of the school, like the scratching sound of the scratching pens, the sound of repeating the chapters in unison by the students, the sound of wrapping the ruler of the teacher on the table, or opening and closing desk sound. So all these sounds together makes a very big sound which could be heard out of the school. But that day he found there was no sound. It was quite silence. Even then he went to the school, reached at the classroom, and he saw through the window of the classroom his classmates were already sitting at their places. Teacher was walking here and there. He was wearing a green coat and frilled shirt and black colored silk cap. It was his ceremonial dress, which he wore on the prize days and on the day of inspection. One more thing he saw. Backbenches of the classroom which remained vacant were filled by the old villagers. And they all looked sad. His teacher, who was very strict by nature, now he had to go inside the class before everybody while he was already late and the teacher was strict. You can imagine how blessing it was to get into the class. While French was dependent on the commotion, he thought that during the commotion he would reach to the desk without knowing the teacher. His entering the class was dependent on the commotion. Commotion means शोर शराबा. उसका क्लास में अपनी सीट तक पहुंचना वो निर्भर था उस शोर शराबे पर. तो उस शोर के बीच में टीचर भी नहीं जान पाएगा और वो अपनी सीट तक पहुंच जाएगा. But now he had to get into the classroom before everybody. He opened the door of the class. As he entered the class, teacher said very politely, "Little bub, today you are very late. I am going to start the lesson without you." It was a very changed behavior of the teacher. And it was also the matter of surprise for French. When he was thinking about these things means about the wearing of the teacher, about the old villagers who were sitting in the back benches of the classroom, and about the polite behavior of the teacher. When he was thinking all about this, the teacher mounted on a chair and said, "The order from Berlin has come that in the schools of Alsace and Lorraine, German will be taught from the next day. A new master comes tomorrow, he will teach German language." And these words were thunderclap to French. Now he realized the value of mother tongue. Now he knew that he would not get the chance of learning French language anymore. The teacher would go away from there next day. Now he wanted to learn French language. So he started to teach, first of all, grammar in the class, and whatever he taught in that class, he got everything very clearly. And he thought perhaps earlier either he did not pay attention on the teaching of the class, teaching of the teacher, or The teacher did not explain so patiently as today, because that day he got everything very clearly. He also explained that French is the most beautiful language in the world. It is the most clearest, it is the most logical language in the world. He also told that when a people is enslaved, बेटा यहाँ people का मतलब देश से है. When a people is enslaved, जब कोई देश गुलाम होता है, his language is the key of their prison. उसकी जो भाषा होती है वो उसकी जेल की चाबी की तरह होती है. And in this way, after completing the chapter of grammar, now it was the time of lesson of writing. And after writing, here is a lesson to study of history, and then the lesson of children's chanting Baba Bibi Bubu like this. बच्चों क्वेश्चन आता है, the serial, which subjects were taught in that class. First of all, he taught grammar, then the writing, then history, and at last children's lesson, Baba Bibi Bubu. During this time, M. Hamel told that the people of the Alsace has a problem, that they put off the learning of today on tomorrow. They think that they have a lot of time, they have a plenty of time, they will learn tomorrow. So they put off learning of today on tomorrow. And today, now we can see where we have reached. Now they have the chance. They means the outer people, means people of Prussia, Germany. They have the chance. They will say that you are German, and even you are French, and even then you do not know how to speak, read and write French language. You pretend to be a Frenchman. Now they all realize the value of mother tongue. He also told for not proper learning the children alone not blamed. He reproached himself and the parents of those children, because the parents of those children also wanted to send their children in the farm or in any mill to make some more money. And teacher himself sent the students many times to water the flower plants. And whenever he wanted to go for fishing, he made them holidays. So for not proper learning of students, he reproached them himself and the parents of the children. He was very sad. M. Hamel had been teaching in the same school since last 40 years. So he was extremely sad at the time of leaving the school. All the things happened in the school in front of him. The walnut trees, hope vine, he himself planted. Now it has climbed through the window to the roof. He appreciated about the French language. And at last, At last, he could hear the sound of packing the trunks just above his roof. His sister was packing trunks as they had to leave Alsace next day. And at the same time, he heard the trumpet sound of the Prussian soldiers. They were returning from the drill. And it was the time of Angelus. Angelus कहते हैं चर्च के प्रार्थना होने से पहले जो घंटी बजती है. It was the time of Angelus. Emmanuel stood on his chair because of fear. His face was pale. He wanted to say something to them, but something choked his throat, and he made only gestures towards the students that the class is dismissed, you may go. And he only wrote on the blackboard with a piece of chalk, "Vive la France." He wrote these words as large as he could, which means long life France. This shows his patriotic strength, his patriotic feelings towards the country and towards the language. Thanks for watching us. In next video, you will see most important questions of the chapter and even the most important paragraph which is given in the exam to find out the answers of the questions given just below the para. Okay, bye.